Hello fellow Chartists, I am the Chartist. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I think I said that a little different today. The reason is I'm a bit frustrated. I'm a little frustrated because, not because I didn't have a good trading day. I made a little over 6 G's today. I'm frustrated because how much the news can affect retail traders, especially the beginner retail traders. You know, most retail traders, I was once a retail trader, we just want to make some money to support our family, to pay some bills, maybe save up for retirement. Maybe our jobs aren't paying enough, so we need that side hustle. You know, a lot of us have really good reasons. So we try to learn how to trade, and it's very hard. 90% of retail traders lose. And the news, you know, when you got the news coming out, a lot of times it can be so manipulative. You know, breaking news is there to break you. The same people that are selling these news are the same people selling you the pill that you'll want to take after you watch the news. And it frustrates me because, yes, I'm making money. I'm not struggling. It took me years to get to where I'm at. And I feel very blessed. But I don't want to just be blessed. I want to be a blessing. And it's hard when the news is so manipulative and filling people with so much fear. That people panic sell, they take losses. Some are being hit with the PDT rules. Some don't have enough capital to switch from bull to bear or bear to bull. Because the market makers, they love to how do you say, whipsaw our emotions and whipsaw the price or the price action. It frustrates me. That's why I try to create my Discord. I try to create my YouTube to teach my fellow retail traders, to show you guys that price action trading is the way. To not allow these market makers to scare us, to not allow the news to manipulate us, and just focus on the charts. And so that's why I'm frustrated. I'm happy I made some money, but I've been doing this for a while. It makes me more happier when I'm able to help others. You know? But whatever, right? Anyways, so this is my Discord that my analysis that I share every morning at 8:33 a.m. That's this morning. Okay, so yesterday's major resistance was at 466. If you watched yesterday's video, you know what I'm talking about. And we bet to the downside from there, which I told my Discord members. Today I wrote the bulls must capture 463.5. And that's when I would have been bullish again. Okay, if we lose 458, 455.5 is the last chance level for the bulls. Okay, if we lose 455.5, we're going to get a deep sell down to 448 levels. Okay. Very accurate technical analysis today. Okay, because where did the SPY close? The low of the SPY was at 455.3 and it closed right at 455.5. So I try to give the best accurate technical analysis based on the price action that I can give. And it saddens me to still hear people are still losing money. You know, they try, and it's not all retail traders are with me, you know. They try to learn on their own and educate themselves. And you got these fake gurus, we like to call them furus, right? That make so much money off of their courses to supposedly teach us how to trade, and yet we still can't make money. And the stuff they teach us is bullshit. As a matter of fact, a lot of times the stuff that they teach us, the market makers use that to their advantage. Like the RSI, for example. How many of us were taught that if the RSI is an oversold, that's a buying opportunity, or if the RSI is an overbought, that's a selling opportunity? And yet, if you actually trade it, you'll see that that's not always the case. Which is why I preach price action trading. Because these indicators are lagging indicators. Whatever indicators you want to use, they're lagging. First indicator, number one indicator is the price action. We have to identify the levels. support resistant levels, the equilibrium levels, where there's possible areas of liquidity, and the different scenarios, the bearish scenario and the bullish scenario, and we talk about it. That's why I'm trying to teach you guys price action trading. Okay, I think I wrote this on my Discord as well. You know, it seemed like we're getting whipped around by the news. You notice when the bullish vaccine news came out, it was right when it hit 458 support last week, over the weekend. Remember how I told you guys the 458, 457 was the buy zone? Then we had some bullish vaccine news. That's when we got the gap up earlier this week. Yesterday, when it hit our 466 resistant, overnight, we had some bearish vaccine news. Today, it hit our 463.5 resistance and went a little higher, but that's when we had more bad news from the Feds. That's why I want people to trade by the price action. Don't follow the news too much. I had a member here laugh at me. It's all good. You know, you can laugh. You have the right to laugh. It just saddens me how manipulated this market can be. But I promise you guys this. If you guys learn and invest in your education as far as price action technical analysis go, I promise you, you will learn to follow the smart money and you will be profitable traders. Okay, never mind trying to impose your will on the market, none of that. We just follow the price action and we consider the possible different scenarios. Bullish scenarios, bearish scenario, which we're about to do right now. Okay, so once again, I know I'm sounding like I'm talking a little bit of shit today, but this time it's not towards the Michael Blurries or my fellow retail traders. This time it's towards those market makers or market manipulators and those assholes that give us these news. Okay? Anyways, so let's get into the chart. This is the SPY. So yesterday I said that we had a back testing type of day. You see this green line right here? That's where we got the breakdown, and yesterday it came and retested that to confirm that it's not a false breakdown, and today it just showed us even more so. Okay? Made some good money on puts today, and it came right to my price target. So what next? Well, there's a bearish scenario, there's a bullish scenario. Bearish scenario is this. This green support line that we lost today, that's been a support line since May. Okay? What I'll be watching for is if it gets retested, that's around 459. Okay? Remember, for it to get recaptured, we actually have to get a close above it. Okay? So I'm using the daily chart. We actually need to get a close on the daily chart. Sometimes you got to swing trade. Sometimes you don't have to trade, sit in cash position and wait for the next day. It happens, okay? But the bullish scenario, the bearish scenario is if we retest that, like yesterday how we retest this breakdown level. I want to see if we retest this breakdown level. Okay? Retest that breakdown level. If we get rejected there, we can go down lower, okay? Now this red line right here, that is the September high. We could get a bounce there, okay? So if you're gonna look to enter a call, possibly at the September high, okay? September high is around 454 right now, okay? But be sure to cut your loss if that level does not hold, because if we lose that level, we could drop all the way down to 447, 448 zone, okay? That's what I believe. That's the bearish scenario, okay? The bullish scenario is we recapture this green support line. All right, so tomorrow it would be 459.3 to 0.5. If you see SPY above 459.5 and it closes above that, you can even use smaller time frames, 30 minutes, 1 hour time frame. That's what I usually use, but you can use what you feel is best. If you see the close above that, you recapture it, retest possibly, and then go up higher. That's the bullish scenario. So what I'm saying to you guys is, if we get rejected there, I'm going to be waiting to get rejected. We don't have to time our entries perfectly. You can make money on the way up if you're bullish. You can also make money on the way down if you're bearish. You don't have to get a perfect entry. You just have to follow the price action and be willing to manage your risk, because nothing's 100%, right? So basically, if we get a rejection there, that is the level where I will look to short from, around 459.3 to 0.5. Okay, and I'll cut my loss if it goes up to 460. All right. If it gets recaptured, right, meaning it go up and it's not dropping back down, you can use a smaller time frame. Like if you use a 30-minute time frame, you want to see a couple of closes. You want to sit on your hand in cash position, wait until strike, and get a couple of closes above that green support line. When you see that is recaptured, I would buy the recapture and bet to the upside, and we can possibly head back up to test 463.5, which is this white line right here, which extends from the low of October. Possibly get some selling pressure there, bull flag, and then we can break up more to the upside, possibly breaking 466. Above 466, I would be very bullish, and we could possibly test the top of this megaphone pattern. Okay, let me move these. Today it dropped and broke below the megaphone pattern. So where's the area of liquidity, guys? If you guys are wondering what the area of liquidity is, this is what I mean. Market makers will set up stop losses and resistant levels on purpose. Excuse me, not stop, support levels and resistant levels up on purpose. So clusters of stop losses build up underneath those levels, and then they'll come and take out the stop losses before they push it right back up. So if you look at this megaphone pattern, it looked like if there was any stop losses underneath this support level of the megaphone pattern, they're gone. They got taken out. So if you see the market maker start pushing it back up, you know what's up. They went stop loss hunting, they tricked us out, and now they're looking to head back up higher. They fill us up with so much fear, now they're going to push the price back up higher. But let me tell you, I am not going to buy calls or bet to the upside until that 459 get recaptured, because I want to see if this green support line can get recaptured. That is when I would be bullish. If we get a rejection from that green support line, I would be bearish, and I will bet to the downside. Okay, they will have support at 454, and below that 447 to 448. You guys understand? So I covered two scenarios, a bullish scenario and a bearish scenario, and I shared with you guys what my plan is for each of the scenario. Okay, if you don't understand something, definitely comment below, and if I see your comment, I will answer. Okay, I just want to help, guys. That's it. Looking at the VIX, there's something I want to show you on the VIX. Now, as you can see here, this is this green falling trend line. We move all the moving averages. So you can see we got to touch the, well, we started here, touch here, touch here, touch here, and look where it happened here. Got a breakout. Got a breakout here back on the 26th. It came back down looking like a false breakout, but then today broke out again. So the VIX is looking bullish. A bullish VIX is very bearish for the SPY. So we're going to keep on watching the VIX to see if it'll come back down. Okay, if it continues to stay above this breakout level, especially if it gets two or more closes above, that breakout level is looking like a real breakout. Okay, and it worries me a little bit because we had this false breakout scenario right here, but then the next day it break out. Okay, so it's looking more like an actual breakout, and if it's real, that's bad news for the SPY. Well, it depends on what side you want. If you're a bear, that's good news for you. If you're biased to the upside and be a bull, then that's obviously bad news for you. Okay, so definitely keep an eye on the VIX tomorrow. Okay, but other than that, I shared with you guys a bullish scenario and a bearish scenario. If you didn't hear what I said or remember, just watch it over again, And I hope that it helps you guys, okay? Moving on to triple Q. So basically, like the SPY is getting very close to a critical support level, triple Q is also getting very close to a critical support level. It moved up, it hit 401 to our critical resistant level, and it got rejected there all the way down to 391. Okay, and it's very close to this green support line, which started back in September. That's the high of September. Got a test there, breakout, a test here to confirm the breakout, and went all the way up. Got a test there, bounce. Went between this resistant level and the support level. Now it looks like it wants to come test it again. Okay, that is where I will look to go long, but you remember you got to cut your loss. So a bullish scenario for the triple Q is if we come and bounce off of that and then we go up higher. Okay, a bearish scenario, switch over to red, we'll break that support level, we'll test it again, and then we'll go down lower. Okay, obviously guys, it's not gonna look as perfect as how I put it, but the price action will be like something like that. Okay guys, so you got a bullish scenario and a bearish scenario. Dow Jones, very overextended to the downside. Okay, it looks like we should get a relief rally, but you just never know. It's also very close to the 200-day moving average. Okay, the Dow Jones hasn't touched the 200-day moving average in quite some time. Okay, so it's pretty long overdue. The last time I actually touched it was back in November of October and November of 2020. The end of October, beginning of November. So a little more than a year ago, and it bounced pretty good, and that's when it went on this massive bull run, as you guys can see. So once again, here we are about to touch it. So watch for a bounce there. Also, if it does break down, watch for the recapture of the 200-day moving average. If it bounces off the 200-day moving average, I would buy it and bet to the outside. If it closes below the 200-day moving average, but then it gets recaptured the next day or even the same day, I would buy it. Okay, and bet to the outside, because it's really overextended to the downside, and the 200-day is a very critical support level. So we got SPY, triple Q, and the Dow Jones very close to a critical support level. IWM is also very close to a critical support level. I spoke about this green resistant line many times, and then we had this triangle pattern right here, as you guys can see in the white line. Okay, I'll make it a little thicker. And it went all the way down, gave us the false breakout right here, and it looked like it wants to come test it again. So that's 4 indices that's very close to some very critical support levels. I will look to buy there. Okay, I know a lot of people are scared because of the news, but remember how manipulative the news can be. Okay, so look for a bounce there, similar to the Dow Jones and the 200-day moving average. I would look for a bounce there. If we get a bounce, I would buy it. If it closes below, but then it gets recaptured, I would buy it. Okay, that's just my opinion. That is, this is the bearish scenario. It goes down, retests, and it goes down lower. Okay, bullish scenario. Oh, let me fix that. Bullish scenario is that it bounces and it go up higher. Okay, or it goes below, but then it just breaks right back up. Okay, guys, you guys understand that? That's what I want you guys to look out for, those 3 possible scenarios. Okay, so we're getting to very critical support levels on these indices, and at these critical support levels is where I recommend for you to look for buying opportunities instead of allowing the news to manipulating you or letting your emotions manipulating you. When the streets are red, that's when you want to be greedy. When everybody's fearful, that's when you want to start buying their fear instead of selling the fear. Okay, guys, moving on to Bitcoin. Bitcoin is still in this falling wedge, as you can see, and it got rejected right at resistant level. So what I think, it could come back down around 52.3. I would look to buy that and ride it up to 56K, and then we'll see if we get a breakout from there. Okay. Another thing I look for, if we get the breakout at 59K, above 59K, put 66K and 68K in play, and then possibly retest this green resistant line up at 73K. Okay, guys. So that's what I have for you today. All right. I really do believe in price action trading. That was my price action technical analysis. It's not a crystal ball. It's just identifying the different key levels and thinking about how we are going to deal with the different possible scenarios. Okay, guys? So my message to you is, don't let the news manipulate you. Trade the price action. Follow the smart money. And if you don't agree with me, it's all good. All right? So you guys have a great day. I hope you make a shit ton of money. And I'll see you all soon.